My consideration with the solar is, solar is definitely necessary or in a no power situation. And so what I did is I bought a solar generator, and I've been testing it out to see how capable it is and how efficient it is and how well it works and kind of real world use numbers, because a lot of times as different companies advertise things, they'll give you these flowery numbers that when it comes down to it, they'll tell you you can run your refrigerator for 14 hours or 20 hours and kind of giving you the idea that you could possibly just run it forever. But with solar, you need a lot more battery, a lot more solar panel to basically accomplish any full-time usage of that, to be able to depend on it, because you're always going to deal with times that there's cloudy skies, to where you'll possibly a day or two that you may not be able to recharge that battery. Okay, just a little bit about the solar panel and solar power station, solar generator. This one that I got is from the brand Ecoflow. Got it off Amazon. It was one of the better values, kind of kilowatt per dollar. It's a kind of a foldable hard panel. Has little wire and a wire kickstands on the back. And then these two wires will be what'll plug into the power battery. So with those, plug into this adapter cord, positive and negative. And then from there, the generator has 3 different ports, actually 2 different power input ports. One that it can take 12 to 60 volts from solar panels or any other DC source, or you can plug it into just a regular 110 outlet. So this is the port that the solar panels plug into, and a couple of these panels can be paired together to basically double the charging speed of this. You can also plug a couple of these batteries together to increase your capacity. If you haven't used one of these before, one thing that's really nice about these is that they will show you how many watts are being brought into the battery. So currently it's showing that we're getting 137 watts. So the panel that they sell is supposedly a 220 watt, and you have to be like really ideal conditions to be able to optimize that. Also, this panel can take some solar charge, you could say, from the backside. So if you can use a reflector to reflect light onto the backside of the panel, you can increase your input. The other day we were running it and getting probably about 175 off the front. We put a reflector to reflect into the back, and we were getting about 195. And that's not too uncommon for solar panels to not get exactly what they're rated for. Like the solar panels in my house are rated at 7.2 kilowatts, and usually I kind of peak at about 6 kilowatts. So they're not 100% production to what they're rated for. Okay, so I've got just a couple examples here to kind of let you see how this is working. Right now, this is showing that we have 78% battery. This battery is a 1 kilowatt battery, or 1,000 watts. A lot of things are rated in amps rather than watts. So if you have like a power tool, that say runs 10 amps, the way that you would calculate watts, you would multiply it by your voltage. So if you have 120 volts, 10 times 120 would be 1,200 watts. So then if you have a device like this crate maker, on the bottom side of it, it tells you that it's a 1,000 watt. And if you needed to know for some reason how many amps that was, you could divide that. 1,000 watts divided by 120 puts you at 8.3 amps. So if you have, like, say you're looking at like a portable air conditioner that runs 1,300 watts, then that's a useful number for you to know how much time you could get off your battery. And the way that you would do that is you have 1,000 watt hours. So basically that means that you could run this battery when it's full 1,000 watts for 1 hour. So we'll take our 1,000 watts that we have available and we'll divide it by 1,300, 0.76. So basically you could run a 1,300 watt little mini air conditioner for 3/4 of an hour off a 1 kilowatt battery. So with this little hot plate running at 1,000 watts, you could basically run it for 1 hour off a full charge. So right now our solar panel is producing 128 watts. If this were completely discharged, we could figure out how long that would take at that rate. Basically, 1,000 divided by 130, which would give us 7.7. So it would take 7.7 hours to recharge this battery, bringing in 128 watts. Hopefully that has made a little bit of sense. So right now, so display just went out. So if I just touch that button, it brings the display back up. So right now, this battery charger that I'm charging is currently drawing 130 watts. That's probably a little bit more than a normal battery charger because this is a rapid charger. It'll charge this battery probably twice as fast as another charger, so another charger might draw half the watts. So anyway, right now we're pulling 130 watts to charge this battery, and it's telling me that I could go 17 hours at this rate with the battery at 78%. So actually the number that it showed us before, those 17 hours were based off the 130 input that we were getting from the solar panel. So I unplugged the solar panel, and so now it's just drawing power from the 78% of our 1,000 watts. So now it's telling me that I could run this charger for 4 hours running at this 135 watts. So if we turn on our crate maker, you can see that this jumped up to 1,060 watts that it's drawing. And now it's kind of recalculating and letting us know that running these two devices, the crate maker and the battery charger, that we could run it for approximately 39 minutes. So as far as having solar to run our water pump, we really recommend getting, you could run it off like a 500 kilowatt battery, Some of those batteries with a solar panel, you can get in the $500 price range. But I'd really recommend, if you're able to get a 1 kilowatt system, because it'll give you a lot more versatility of what you can do with it when you're not using it to make water, because you'll find yourself with a lot of different things that you can use it for. The other day we ran a table saw at our work, and it was drawing probably about 1,000 watts. A little less than I expected. So you can do a lot with this. This system, 1 kilowatt battery with 220 watt panel, uh, got it for about 950, and you can get a system about double this for about 2,000. And I feel like it's probably one of the better prices for the battery size and the solar panels that are included. So I'll put a link to it in the description.